Oh, shouldn't have now. Oh, all right. I'll look at that video. I'll look at that. I'll try to. All right. I'll try to map it. Next time I will end this section and ask you guys to join again. I'll end it and ask you guys to join. All right. So auto assign IP address, public IP enabled. Now, security group. What is security group? Security group is a cloud firewall. Security group This is a cloud firewall. This is used to grant or deny access to what? To resources via service ports. Via service ports. Via what? Service ports. Sorry. Via service ports. It's called security group. All right. So let's come back here. So I need to create a security group. You can create a security group or you can use an existing security group. So we're not using an existing security group. Let's create a new security group. So I'll come over here. I'll say CH2 SG, depending on the name. Then the description, to allow access to my resources. Now, in creating security group, there is what we call inbound rules and outbound rules. So you need to set inbound rule. So inbound rule, the protocol type is, I'm setting SSH. I want to open SSH. I can remove it if you don't want anything. All right. All right. If you don't want anything, let me remove it. I'll show us later how to do it. Don't worry. I'll show us how to do it. Or let me just put it. We shall still go back there. We'll do it. Can add a security rule. The type is SSH. SSH is automatic. So the port number is 22. The source type is anywhere. Anywhere means 0.0.0/0. All right. Anywhere access. So it means that I can access this machine from anywhere. That's what this 0.0.0 means. Then that's all. Scroll. Storage. You want to assign this VM, this EC2 instance, a storage of 8 GB. You can keep it to what is this now? Storage. Open here. Either it's 8 GB or if you want to increase it, 10 GB, as the case may be, or you can keep it normal, 8 GB. You scroll. That's all, guys. We won't be going to advanced details, but later we shall come to advanced details. Click on what? Launch instance. Once you're through, click on launch instance. If you want multiple instances, number of instances, you want to create 2 of these instances, you can put it here. If you want to create 3, you can put it here. All right. If you just want to create only 1, you can put 1 there. All right. Click on what? Launch instance. It's now creating the instance. The instance has been created. So click on what? View all instances. So you see your what? CH2 VM. So this is your virtual machine. All right. So if I click on it, you can see this machine has a public IP address already. It has a private IP from the default VPC, guys. Okay. The instance state is now running. Instance state is now running. All right, great. Now let's see how we can access this EC2 instance. To access this instance, I can come to what? Connect. Now, before I go there, let's look at what are these guys. Security. You see that security group that I created, CH2SG. If I scroll, this was the rule, the inbound. There's inbound rule, there's outbound rule. Inbound rule are requests that comes into your system. Outbound rule are requests that goes out. All right. Inbound rules, they come into your system. Outbound rules, they go out. All right. So there's no much threat about outbound rules. So the only way we have threat is always inbound rules. You have to monitor, you have to filter what comes into your system, right? Inbound rules. You have to filter it, okay? In the aspect of security. Great. Networking. We are using a default VPC. Here's the VPC ID. So if I click on this guy to open a new page, to take me to a VPC, and you tell me that this is a default VPC. So the name is not showing, but it's a default VPC, right? It's a default VPC. We can see it now. Default VPC, yes. Are you seeing it? So let me close it. Now, storage. My storage is 8 GB that I gave. The device name is XVDA. All right? So that's the storage name. Status check is running, monitoring, CPU utilization, and other utilization. Then tags. The name of the tag is CH2VM, which we have here, CH2VM. Now go back to details. Now I need to connect to this virtual machine. I'll click on what? Connect. Now, watch you. I have different connection types. I have EC2 instance connect. So with this instance connect, because you have a public IP, I can connect from the browser. So this EC2 instance connect will enable me to connect to my virtual machine from the browser. So if I click on what? Connect. So I should be able to connect on the browser. So you can see, this is my virtual machine. I'm connected to my virtual machine from the browser. All right, let me close it. You can see the operating system, Amazon Linux 2 AMI. That's the image, right? I'll close it. That was what? Instance connect. Now, if you have configured something called session manager, you can use a session manager to connect to your EC2 instance, but we don't have it. The next one is SSH client. So in using SSH clients, these are procedures that I need to follow to start to connect to this EC2 instance. So this is what they said. They said step 1, I should open an SSH client. So an SSH client, I have a terminal on my Mac machine. This Mac machine is what? An SSH client, which I have just opened now. So this is it. That's step 1. Step 2, locate your private key file. The key used to launch this EC2 instance. The key is ch2key.pem. So they say I should locate this key. And I know very well that this key was downloaded to my what? Downloads folder. So if I do ls, don't worry, you will learn this command. These are Linux commands. ls ch2. You can see the key is there. This is the key. That's the key. I have located what? That key. Step 3 says, run this command if necessary to ensure your key is not publicly viewable. All right? There's something we call permission. When we come into Linux proper, and we get to the topic called permission. We shall learn of permission. But until then, let me just run this command. So it says you run this command, chmod 400, C2, whatever. Now I have run that command. I've hit enter. The fourth one now says, connect to your instance using its public DNS. So this is the public DNS of my EC2 instance, domain name system, right? So now, what I will now do is I will now jump to this example. I will copy. This thing means copy. This doubles overlap. This square overlap. It means copy. So just click on it. The moment you click on it, it means that you have copied that command. Come to your terminal and paste it. Ctrl V. You can see it has been pasted. Now I can hit enter. So the moment I hit enter, since I am connecting via SSH to the EC2 instance for the first time from my base machine, it's going to ask me of my fingerprints. All right, I will say yes. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? I'll type yes. I'll press enter. Then now it's telling me warning, permanently added, blah, 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 blah. I have login. So I've successfully logged on onto that virtual machine from where? From my base machine. From my base machine. Okay? I've successfully logged on to the instance. So that's how you can access an EC2 instance. So if you want to go back to what? Instances. I come back, click the checkbox, click on connect. If you don't want to use instance SSH client, you can use instance connect and click on what? Connect. Click on connect. Then this is it. It's the same thing. The same thing we have here is the same thing that we have here. All right. So if you want to leave, you can type exit. You're out. Great. Now that we've seen this part, let's look at our whiteboard. So we've seen how to create an EC2 instance, right, from the console. We saw AMI. We saw volume, which we give 8 GB thereabouts. We saw security group. We saw key pair. We won't be doing load balancing. When we shall enter Linux proper, we shall come back to load balancing. Linux, when we shall talk about web servers, creating web server to host your web application, then we shall see how to use load balancers. All right. Then auto scaling group. Okay, great. So now let's see how we can create an EC2 instance from a launch template. From a launch template. Now, we've only seen how to create an EC2 instance from the console. I click here, launch instance, using what? Launch instance. So let's see how to create an EC2 instance from a what? A launch template. So I click on what? Launch instance from template. Sorry, I don't have it. I have to create it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Come back to EC2 instance. Come over here. Come to launch template. I should have it somewhere here. All right, yeah. Launch template. On my left-hand side, click on what? Launch template. Now, on this launch template, click on what? Create launch template. Now, give it a name. CH2 LP. All right. Now, the version, template version, you could say a description, a dev template version. Now, this is auto scaling. I will treat auto scaling separately. I'll leave this part. Auto scaling guidance. I'll leave this part. If you need a template tag, If you need to add a tag, that's the naming. I could call it, okay, ch2lp. I can come here. I'll say name. The key will be what? Name. Then the value will be ch2lp. All right? ch2lp. Then launch template content. What should be in the content? Application and OS images. Then I need to select the AMI. I'll go to work, quick start. My AMIs, these are AMIs that you create. Quick AMI are AMI from the marketplace. So I want Ubuntu, or I want to take Windows, as the case may be. So let's take Windows this time around. So this Windows is going to create for me a Windows Server 2019. 2019. Well, I can take, they don't have 2016. They don't have 2016. Let me take 2019. 2019 base. Watch you guys. I will scroll. Let me check that description again. A dev template version for Windows Server. A dev template for Windows Server. Scroll. That's the AMI. The instance type, I could take T2 micro, right? Because we are learning now. Key pair. Now, I could take my key pair. Where's that key pair? What's that key? ch2 key, all right? Remember, you can use key pair as anyhow you can use it. But do not lose that key pair, because if you lose it, there's no way you can gain. If this key pair gets lost, this key pair that you downloaded, if it gets lost, you can't get it again. Where's that guy? It's like, if this key pair gets lost, that's final. You can't get it again. So it means that any EC2 instance that you created with that key pair, you might not be able to access that EC2 instance from the outside. But we have a workaround. When we shall start Linux, and when we shall treat SSH, then we shall show us all these workaround. All right. Until then, let's continue. Keep here network settings. I will be using the default network settings. Default security group. I have an existing security group, which is CHSG. That's it. Storage. It's giving me 30 GB of storage. If I click here, 30 GB. That's okay, because the server. That's all, guys. This is the template. Then what else do we need here? That's all. You can see 20. This is summary. Windows Server 2019. The virtual server is T2 micro. The firewall is C2 security group. The storage is what? 30 GB. And that's all. We can now what? Create this template. We are through, guys. Create the launch template. Launch template was successfully what? Created. So let's view the launch template. So you can see we have a launch template, and here's the name, C2LP. The default version is version 1. So now I'll go back to what? Instances. I want to create an EC2 instance from a launch template. So I'll come over here, this guy. I'll click on what? Launch instance from a template. Click that guy. Then number of instances is 1. The source template, I'll specify my source template. This is my source template, CH2LP. That is it, guys. That's it. You don't need to do any other thing. You just see everything will just pour down. You can see it's picking up from that guy, from the launch template. All these things picking up from there, the summary. All you need to do is just come down. You can see CH2 key. Let's look. CH2SG. 30 GB is just there. Click on what? Launch instance. This instance has been created. View launch template. No. So this is the instance. Spending. I didn't give you the name, a tag. Let me tag it. Come to tag. Manage tag. You can say add new tag. Name. Name is CH2 Windows Server. CH2 Windows Server. Save. So here's the name, right? Great. So it's still pending. Let's refresh. Let's refresh. Take some time. Now it's now running. Remember, it is what? A Windows server. So the way you access a Windows server is different from the way you access a Linux server. So let's check. Click on connect. Now you can see now. So Windows server has what we call RDP client. RDP client. RDP is a protocol. It's a protocol for accessing Windows machine remotely. Remote desktop protocol. RDP is remote desktop protocol. Remote desktop protocol. Remote desktop protocol. That's what it means. All right. So guys, 1 second. Let me charge my laptop. All right. Now, so I'll come to what? RDP. Now, under RDP, guys, watch you. The connection type is connect using what? RDP clients. I'll click on download remote desktop file. Listen, download remote desktop file. The username is administrator. I need to create a password for this machine. So I'll click on password, get password. Password is not available. Please wait at least 4 minutes after launching an instance before trying to retrieve the auto-generated password. It's not, they say it's not available. If I try to decrypt, they say it's not available. No wahala. Come back. Instances. They say you wait for like 4 minutes. Come to connect. RDP. Let me download the file first, the RDP file. Click on download. It has been downloaded. Can you see it now? CH2 Windows. All right. I have RDP on my own machine, RDP clients. This is Remote Desktop Manager. So I want to access that machine. All right. The password is not available yet. Say password. Let me try again. Get password. Let me try. Get password. So I should wait for 4 minutes. Let's still wait. Cancel. 4 minutes. Has this not passed 4 minutes? Let's wait. So this is the RDP that I downloaded. So if I double click on it, all right, it's trying to connect. So let's wait. Initiating remote connection. That is not fully created, unable to connect. Let's wait. It's not fully created. Refresh. This guy. Connect. RDP. Get this password now. Okay. Now, you can see now, it's now coming now. Let me come back. Let me come back. Come to this guy. Go to connect. RDP clients. get password. I will have this page. All right. Now, see, use your private key to retrieve and decrypt the initial Windows administrator password for this instance. Now, your key pair associated with the instance is this. They say we should upload our key pair, upload private key. The key pair that we use in creating this EC2 instance, they say we should upload it. I'll click on what? Upload. Just to get the password, though, I'll come to download. And here is the key. I'll open it. That's the key. Now click on what? Decrypt. Decrypt. The moment I click on decrypt, I should see what? The initial password. Copy and save this password. Copy. Save on somewhere. Because you need it. That's the password. Now, I'm through now. Let's go and connect again. This guy downloaded. Double click. Let's see. It's taking time. It's taking time. So let's cancel it. Let me download a fresh RDP. Download fresh one. This is a fresh one. Open it. Why you take time like this now? Why is it taking time? Don't connect to the remote PC. Make sure the PC is turned on and connect to the network and that remote access is. Oh, guys. Okay. Now, on our security group, guys, listen, on the security group, we only have access for SSH. We do not have access for what? For RDP. Now, come to this guy, security. Here's the security group. Click on the security group. It will take us to the security group. So now we have the inbound rules and outbound rules. So our concentration is on the inbound rule. So if I look at the inbound rule, we only have SSH access. We don't have RDP. So now we are going to add an inbound rule for RDP. So which port does RDP runs on? Let's go to Google. Now I can say RDP port number. So RDP port number is 3389, remote desktop protocol. So RDP uses 3389 for communication. Guys, you see the reason why we needed to do basic networking, those services and ports. This is the application. So you need to know a service with its corresponding port number. So you can see what we did. Now, RDP is a TCP port. We categorize our port, our protocol into TCP and UDP. This is the whole application. Now it runs on 3389. So I'll go back to my security group. I will edit the inbound rules. I'll come here and add a rule. It's a custom rule because I don't have RDP yet. Do I have it? RD. Okay, RDP there. So since RDP is there, just click on it. Automatically it will populate the port. Then the source will be anywhere. I'll click on what? Save rule. I have saved that rule. Now let's try to launch that our guy again. It's under my download. Go to your download. That is, let me delete this previous one. Move to trash. Double click on it. It will now open. It's requesting for the password. Mind you, I saved the password somewhere here. That's the password. Copy it. Come here. Paste the password. Click on continue. Continue. So it's coming up. So guys, here is my what? Windows Server 2019. Let me expand. Windows Server 2019. I can browse the internet from here because I have internet access already on my server. So I can come to Internet Explorer. All right. I can come over here and go to Google. Ask me later. I'll go to Google, google.com. All right, this is a problem. Okay. So this thing will always worry me. This thing is it's called there's a name, enhance something. So I need to disable this feature. Though I'm not teaching you server administration, Windows Server administration, but when you shall do it, watch because it's being recorded. So you come to this guy, because each time I try to access internet on this machine, I'll keep getting this thing, Internet Explorer, content from website. This thing will keep coming up. It's called Internet Enhanced Security Configuration. It will keep coming up, right? To disable this guy, come to this, my start menu. Then go to what? Server Manager. Click on Server Manager. On Server Manager, close this guy. I'll go to all servers. Is it all servers or local server? Okay, local server. Click on local server. Click on local server. Then come here, you see IE means Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer Enhanced Security Configuration. This feature is on by default. So whenever that feature is on, to keep popping this guy. They will keep popping this guy to never allow me. Each time I try to open any website, this guy will come up. This page will come up. So for me to disable this guy, I'll just come here and click on this guy to put that guy off. I will off it for users and for administrator. I will off it. I'll say what? Okay. That guy is now off. It should go off now any moment. It should off now. Let me refresh here. Refresh here. Is now off. You can see it's off. So close this page. Close your server manager. I can close this thing now. If I try to refresh this page, that guy will never come up again. Close you now. Continue to prompt. Close this guy. See your problem. Open new one. Google.com. So it will never come up again, right? So let me accept all cookies. Let me download Google. Don't switch. Download Google. Download Google. Google Chrome, right? Google Chrome browser. Download Google. All right. So run. So you can see I'm browsing from the Windows machine that I created. All right. So download complete. So download complete. So where are you doing now? Okay, waiting to install. Waiting to install. So let's wait. Then close this guy. Close this guy. So our Google Chrome is up. Yeah, perfect. So double click on Google Chrome. It's already up. All right. So I can go to Google from here. Google, enter, accept, google.com. accept. Then I can also browse YouTube. So you can do a lot of things from this EC2 instance that you created, the Windows instance that you created, right? So this was how to show us how to create an EC2 instance from a launch template, all right? From a launch template. So you've seen it all, guys. Seen it all. So let me close everything. Close. Now let me shut down. Come here and power off and shut down. Shut down. All right. Shut down. So I don't need this RDP. Right click and delete from my system into trash. So this was how to show us how to create a what? An EC2 instance from a what? From a launch template. You can see the Windows server is stopping. Now, I want to delete this Windows server so that I don't accrue costs from AWS. I don't want it again. I just needed to show us how to launch an EC2 instance from a launch template. So I need to delete it. So stopping an EC2 instance does not stop AWS from not charging you, from charging you. It doesn't stop AWS from charging you. Why? Because this EC2 instance is associated with a volume. Come to storage. Now, this is a storage, SDA1. This device name is SDA1. The volume size is 30 GB. This guy, if I come to volume, this guy will be there, and this guy will be accruing small costs. So this, where's that guy? 30 GB. So this is it. Yes. This is 30 GB guy. It will be picking up little costs from AWS, right? So for us to completely go out of the radar of AWS costing us, billing us, we have to delete the EC2 instance if you are not using it. But if you're using it, leave it to. But if you're not using it again, especially when you are in your own account, your training, make sure you terminate it. So come to instance states. So the instance states, we have stop, we have start, we have reboot, we have hibernate, we have terminate. So stop, you can always stop a running instance. Like as this guy is running now, this guy is running. I come to instance, I can what? Stop it. Click on stop, say stop. So this guy will stop. You go from running to stop. Now, if I need to start this guy that is stopped, I'll check it, come to instance state, I'll click on what? Start instance. Now this guy will move from stop to pending, then from pending to running. So these are the states, the different states to running. Okay. Now, if I don't want this instance anymore, I want to delete it from my account. I don't need to stop it. I will terminate it. So I'll check this guy. I will check this guy. Then I'll come to what? Instance state. I'll click on what? Terminate instance. Click on terminate instance. Terminate an instance, yes. So look at now. On an EBS backed instance, the default action is for the root EBS volume to be deleted when the instance is terminated. See, once the instance is terminated, it means that the storage will also be deleted. Storage on any local drives will be lost. Listen, to confirm that you want to terminate this instance, choose terminate button. So click on terminate. Terminate. So once I terminate this instance, both this instance and that volume will go off. This volume you are seeing now, this 30 GB. This 30 GB will go off. So let's wait for this instance to terminate completely. It's now shutting down properly now. It's shutting down properly. Let me refresh. Refresh. Until the state will change towards terminate. Let's see. Can refresh. You can see that storage is gone. We had 230 GB. The other 30 GB has gone because the instance associated with the storage has been terminated, right? So that's it, guys. Terminated. That's it. Now, what if you don't want anybody to terminate your instance? You want to protect your instance from accidental termination. This CH2 VM now, I want to protect this guy. So I'll select this guy. I'll come to actions. It's stop to. You have to stop it first. You come to instance settings. Instance settings. Now you come to change termination protection. Change termination protection. You can also change stop protection. Nobody can stop it to be running forever. But let me talk about this termination protection. So click on this guy. So this termination protection on that instance is not enabled. So I have to enable it. I'll click on save. So going forward, nobody can terminate this guy. Look at now. If I try to terminate this instance, look at what will happen. Terminate instance. Are you sure? Now, termination protection is enabled. If I say terminate, it throw up an error. See, fail to terminate an instance. The instance may not be terminated. Modify its disable API termination instance attribute and try again. So there's a termination protection that is active. There's a termination protection. It's always down here. Termination protection. It's always down here. If you see, and let me know. Termination protection. Termination protection is enabled. Termination protection is enabled. So I can't delete this guy until I go back and what? Instance settings. Change termination protection. I disable it. Save. Then I can terminate this instance. Terminate. Disable. Terminate. You can see now, it's now going. All right. So that is it, guys. So far, we have seen a lot. All right. A lot. So I want us to take a 10 minutes break. Is that possible? Is that possible, guys?
Yes. Yeah, sure.
Good. Let us take a 10 minutes break. All right. Then we'll come back so that
we'll go chop, we'll come back.
You won't go buy mama food. I beg 10 minutes, right? I will end this session. 10 minutes, guys, please. So that let's talk about, I'll only talk about bash on host. I won't bug you guys. Just bash on host. All right. I'll talk about just bash on host. Okay. Then I will leave it. All right, go ahead, Ayobami.
Hi everyone. When you I think I missed that part when you were creating the private key. I noticed that you used .pen. I also noticed when I was trying to follow you, I also noticed that there's a PPK there. Is there a reason why you use PN and not PPK?
Okay, PPK is for PuTTY. All right. PPK, if you're running a Windows machine, okay, and you install PuTTY, okay, it's PPK. When we start Linux, I'm going to switch. At some point, I'll switch to my what's it called, my Windows machine, so that I will show some certain things for those that has Windows machine, so that it will be easier for them to walk around Linux. Okay, it's easier for you to walk around Linux. Now, for .pem is for OpenSSH. But however, OpenSSH is now on Windows. All right. SSH is a Unix, is native to Linux and Unix. But with the advent of technology, Microsoft has included SSH in their own operating system. So right from Windows 10, you can use SSH from PowerShell, right? So it means that you can download .pem. You don't need to use PuTTY. You can always use .pem and do your thing as well, both on Windows as well as on Linux.
So if I was to do a Windows instance, I have to use .pem and not .ppk.
No. If you're creating a Windows instance, you use RDP, which we just did now.
No, I'm talking about the key, the private key.
The private, yes, use .pem. Is .pem we use now.
Okay.
Yeah. So that private key,
sorry,
that private key is needed to decrypt the password.
So it doesn't matter if it's .pem or .ppk.
It doesn't matter. We just needed to decrypt the password for us.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Then is that all, Bayomi?
Yes, that's all.
Oh, great. Then please, how does the region selection work in creating different resources in AWS? Now, this is it now. This is it. I need to maintain one region. You don't need to be switch. You don't need to switch, because if you create anything, if you create VPC outside this region, you know, we'll see them. And you need to use a VPC. All right. So you need to maintain one region. No switch region anyhow. It is very sacrosanct. Because if I switch region now, all these things will vanish. Ohio. I don't do Ohio now. Wait, we go soon change now. Nothing there, yeah. Don't switch. Everything don't change. Because I didn't create those resources under this region. Take note, guys. I didn't create them under that region. So you look where you're creating your resources. Those resources were created under EU West 1. I hope that is understood, Chigo.
Yes. It is.
All right. Who else?
Sorry, should I just add also? Then the part where you select a region, is it according to the maybe like closest on availability zone or something?
Yeah, closest to you. I'm in Lagos. All right. So that's why London is closer to me. Sorry, UK is closer to me. All right. 6 hours than any region in the US. These are 12 hours apart. All right. So the closer, the better. Now we had Lagos somewhere. Lagos not there again. All right. So okay, you can always request for it. All right. Can always request for it. All right. Now I can't go even South Africa. Okay, I don't have South Africa access. There are 11 regions that are not enabled for this account. Okay, you have to enable it for your account to use it. I see. You have to enable it. So I'm using the closest region, UK, Ireland. Any other question, guys? What of the light sail? Okay. Let me just brush light sail so that we will know that we are going to break. Now, EC2 instance is most times expensive. All right, most times expensive, but you can't run away from it. But for the purpose of this class, when we shall get to Linux, all right, you will see the reason why you need to run away from EC2 instance a bit, okay, and be spinning just light sail. Light sail is cheaper, and they charge you after 3 months. They tell you that you use it for free for 3 months. After that 3 months, they'll start charging you, and at a very meager amount. All right. So because for those that will prefer to be running their workload from the cloud, so when we get to Linux, I wouldn't want to advise us to be using cloud machine to run your Linux practices. All right. except it requires us to use something in the cloud. So what I will suggest is I'll do that though. I will create we'll create virtual environments. For Windows users, we are going to use VirtualBox or VMware. On it, we are going to install Ubuntu, Oracle Linux, or any Linux, and you start practicing. Then for those that has Mac, we're going to, for Mac users, you still have VirtualBox if you need to use VirtualBox, all right? But you can still use your terminal, right? Your terminal has to some extent, okay? But when we get there, we shall still let us know. So light sail will save you a lot. So the best bet will be just come to AWS and create a light sail virtual instance. So what I will do, I'll just type light sail. Thank you, Justin, for that reminder. As a service, click on what? Light sail. Click on light sail. Say, welcome to light sail. Get started. Now, it says pick your instance image. We have Linux, we have Windows. All right. If it is Windows you want, you click on Windows. You have different variants: 2022, 2019, 2016, 2012. If it is Linux, you click on Linux. Now, you have apps and operating system. Do you want a machine with or OS and application like WordPress, Joomla, LAMP, Node.js, Nginx, anyone? Or you want only operating system? I want only operating system. So you now see Amazon Linux 2023, Amazon Linux 2, Ubuntu 2204, Ubuntu 2004, Ubuntu 1804, Debian 11, Debian 8, FreeBSD, this is Unix, OpenSUSE, CentOS 7. So this is CentOS 9, CentOS 7. So let's go for Ubuntu 2004. So select it, you scroll. Now you need to add some things. Let's go. Now you need to add your SSH key. This is your key pair, right? Now key pair. Let's click. You can change it. Click on this guy. See, I click on that. It's saying I should create new default key. I don't want to create a new default key. Upload new one. Let me see this upload. Oh, it's asking for a public key. It's asking for a public key, which if I have a public key, I won't go that route. Let me not go that route. Let me see. Let me see something. I'm supposed to select, create. Okay, select. Yes, select now. Create new. This is a create new one. Create new defaults. Learn more about SSH keys. Select, create, or upload a key pair you would like to. Let's select for this somewhere. Create new default key. So I will create a new default key. Oh, wait, let me see this thing. All right, I don't need this guy. Change SSH key now. This guy is giving me new one. Create a new key pair. It's giving me new one. It's giving me new one. Upload. It means that I have it on my base machine. What do I do? Okay, let's create new one. Let us create new one. Create. Let me call it CH2 light sail key. CH2 light sail key. Generate. So the moment I generate, all right, you can now download. So download the private key. Download. It has been downloaded. I got it. All right. You can see it there now. Downloaded. It's based on, okay, it's based on light sale. I see. All right, so scroll down. Choose your instance plan. See, for $3.5, for the first 3 months is free. $3.5, you'll be given 512 megabytes of RAM, 2 virtual CPU, 20 gigabytes of SSD, and 1 terabyte of storage. I think this is a better deal. All right. They won't charge you until after 3 months. So you take this guy. So there are different options. So select this guy. Come down. Identify your instance. It's saying it's Ubuntu 1. We'll call it I can say web server. Now still scroll. Key only tags, key value tags. That's all, guys. If you want 2 of these guys, you can increase it 2, but we just need 1. That's all, guys. Let's go back to the top. You select the service. Your location is already picked. Ireland, Zone A, EU West 1A. You can always change it from here. All right. Now your instance, your platform is Linux. Your blueprint is only operating system, which is Ubuntu 20.04. Then your SSH key pair is, we created a new one. We call it C2 light sale key. Then our pricing plan is $3.5. So it won't be charged until after 3 months. Then my instance name, I give it a simple name, web server. That's all. Click on what? Create instance. So this guy is getting created. So this guy, you are seeing is showing pending. Let's just wait. So when we shall start Linux, it will be advisable you run your Linux machine with light sale instead of EC2 instance. The reason is EC2 instance is expensive. They'll be charging you. So now this guy is now running, right? So what you do, just click on the name, click on this name, click on the name. So the moment you click on the name, the same thing, it will show you connection. Connect using SSH, all right? So just click on connect using what? SSH. Click. All right, so this guy opened, but wait, let me try something. I suppose get, okay, this is connect using SSH, connect using SSH client. So click on this guy, you will see the connection string. Let's scroll. Let's see how did he do it. Connecting to your instance. Okay, via PuTTY. Okay, they're using PuTTY. I need that SSH command itself. Ubuntu, username is Ubuntu. The SSH key is this. I need to set, let me check something, guys. Networking. You can stop it, you can reboot it, all right? Domain. Let's check the domain. It's not there. Networking. Let me check something. So this is the public IP. How do I connect SSH? I'm coming on. So you can see you can add firewall rules. If you want to open more ports, you can come here under networking. All right. You add that here. It also has load balancer. Okay. But let me go back to details, connect. So it's not giving me that whole connection. All right. But I can still connect with I can connect with this now. Let me show you something. I can connect from my base machine. So how do I connect? So just watch. Because I have the what? sorry, I have the key downloaded, which is C2 light sail. So that's the key. So that's the key. So for that, I can connect. So this is what I will do. I will say SSH space I double quotes the key C2 dash light sail. Then the username is what? Ubuntu at the public IP. The public IP is the public IP 3.252.244.115. Right? So with this method, I can hit enter. Then asking for my fingerprint, I'll say yes. So with this, okay. So now this key is very exposed. This key light scale is exposed. So I need to change it to 400. Why is this saying bad permission? So I'll say CH mode 400 C2 light sail. Now let's try to connect again with this guy. Let me see something. Okay, now I am connected now, right? But I needed to change the permission. This you need to do on the key, right? This you need to do before you can connect. So it was complaining of unprotected key, private key. So you need to protect it from the public access, all right? So now we are inside of the light sail. So this is my light sail. It's either this method or you can just click directly from here and we are going to get same thing, guys, right? But this will be something you can see. It is same thing as what I have here. Same thing. So that was light sail, guys. So please, let's just take 10 minutes. 10 minutes and we should be back and we treat version host. All right? We'll conclude version host tonight. And when we meet next week, we'll continue with others. All right? So 10 minutes will be 9:40. Is that correct? Oh, that's 20 minutes. Should I give 20 minutes or 15? Hello? 10 minutes is fine.
10 minutes is fine.
Yeah. Can I say be migrated to EC2? No, they are, what's it called? They are compute. They are compute services. All right. Light sail is because of costs. AWS decided to create a light sail. EC2 is expensive. So for those that want to deploy, they really want to deploy their instance on their workload on compute instance, all right, on a compute instance, which is something like that looks like EC2, but they don't have the money, the funds, especially startup might not be able to continuously running workloads on an EC2 instance. So light sail is a cheaper alternative for them, right? So rather, they'll just go the route of light sail, deploy their workload on light sail, and start using light sail. It's cheaper and it's safe for them. And yeah, all right. But it's not compared. It's not comparable, right, to EC2 instance. EC2 instance has a lot of flexibility, right? It's rugged. Okay. So that is it, guys. So 10 minutes, guys. So you're coming back 9:32, 9:33. So I will stop this session and by 9:33:35, please join back, guys. Join back. Or let me keep it open. Don't worry. Let me just stop the recording. Stop.